Good morning, hello, how are we all? Where to today? Hobart and surrounds. Got here last night, Hobart, Discovery Caravan Park again. It's alright, it is what it is, clean bed, hot water shower, so can't ask for much more, a little bit tight, but yeah, all good. So where to today? We're going to go from Hobart up to Richmond to see the bridge and down to Southport to have a look at the caves. But I'm actually currently at Richmond, a suburb of Hobart, I think. Well, probably not. It's actually a small town out of Hobart, probably 15-20 kilometres out of Hobart. But Richmond is known for the oldest bridge in Tasmania, probably in Australia, I think. 1823, this bridge was built. And if we have a look behind over my shoulder, we'll see it. Also here in the park with all the ducks. But there's the bridge. But yeah, 1823, lovely stone masonry work, beautiful, still operational. Okay, let's put the drone up, have a bit of a look around. It is the oldest bridge in Australia, 1823, let alone Tasmania. And we're going to have a look at the bridge and the small township of Richmond, which is about 25 or 30 kilometres northeast of Hobart. Okay, back in Richmond, here we are, they got the Richmond Courthouse, 1825, and newbie, which was part of the police station of 1908 AD. It's up on the top there, it's a bit hard to see, but yeah. Here we go over the Derwent Bridge, Derwent River. You can see Hobart off to the left. The harbour. There's the bridge. Here's Hobart. Alright, we've had a look at Richmond and the old bridge. We've come across the Derwent River, over the bridge into Hobart, and we're now heading to the Hobart city centre to go to the Salamanca Markets. Salamanca Markets. Well, good morning. Here we are, just getting some fuel. Today we're heading south. Yesterday we finished off at the Salamanca Markets then wandered back and had a bit of a chilled out, lazy late afternoon and dinner. You see that weather's starting to come in a little bit as we head down south, but at the moment it's still very, very good. And we head down to Southport, which is the southernmost point, still with bitumen roads apparently, as we've been told. We'll pass through the Huon Valley. I think we're going to be stopping at Dover for a bit of a morning tea. And then there's some caves down that way somewhere too at Southport, so we'll have a walk through the caves and head back to Hobart for the night. So that's our day today. Please come along for the ride. Thanks for sticking with me so far. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But today, where to today? Southport and the caves via the Huon Valley and Dover for morning tea. All right, here we go. So we've done this before. There's the bridge. We're going to go over it. Looks a bit steep when you sort of look at it from the angles, but once you're driving, it's you wouldn't know you're on an incline really. And this bridge has got the capacity where they can change the peak hour lanes. See, there's always a 2-lane bridge one way and 3 the other. The 3 the other depends on the peak hour. All right, we're going to go through Hobart, head south, as I say, down to Southport. Huonville rings a bell, but I'll let you know when we get there. Another little town, and I'll put you back on for that. I do appreciate you sticking with me and coming along with our travels and the ride. Hope you're enjoying it. And I do appreciate it's probably not quite the same sense as physically doing it, but I hope you're getting some appreciation of the scenery, the beauty of Hobart, Tasmania on the back of a bike. Alright, I'll speak to you later. Bye. This is put you on while we're still coming through Hobart and the suburbs of, we've just gone through the CBD itself, but still within the inner suburbs, literally 3 or 4 minute drive out of the CBD, if that. Didn't want to get a photo. I'll put you back on so we can get a photo of Mount Wellington under cloud. Oh, there it is, but it's now hidden behind all the houses here. Here we go, there you go. So you've got Mount Wellington up there, the highest mountain in Hobart. I'm not sure if it's highest in, well, it's not the highest in Tasmania. But yeah, that's a lookout tower. But as you can see, it's under cloud at the moment. We'll come back to Samo to get at the top and hopefully get some lovely photos and view of the harbour, the Derwent River, and beyond. Here we are, Huon Valley town site. A nice little town actually. Had a coffee and one of the guys actually said they had a bit of a European flavour, not the coffee, the town. But yeah, no, nice town, and it's definitely a valley. You can see some mountains on both sides. So what's up in the hills there, but bit of blue sky this way. Very pleasant. So from here, Huon Valley, we continue on down to Southport. I'll get some photos for that, and then we come back more along the coastway, different road back, so I'll get some photos of that for you as well. Very nice ride this morning. Part of it was, I didn't capture it all, but a lot of canopy, overhead trees, which the road was still wet and in parts quite slippery. Never really sees the sunlight. But then we broke out of there and got into the open plains more, open fields, and just beautiful bit of riding. Here we are, just finishing the coffee behind us, and we're back on the bikes and we'll continue on. All the best, see ya, bye. Let's put you on, so we're still 10 or 15k out of the Huon Valley town site. But as I'm riding, I'm just thinking how many photo opportunities I've lost, for want of a better word, or missed. Because as you're aware, I'm riding with a group of 8 now. and I'm going through a town side or past a waterway, and not having been here before, you're not sure what to expect. What's the next around the next corner? But there was a old stone house back there, almost on the highway on this road here, with a water wheel. So whether it's been built that way or whether there used to be a bit of a creek bed, I missed it, because we just, to say, by the time you see it, think about it, you've gone past it, and I just don't have that opportunity to do a U-turn every time and go back to have a good look and get a photo shoot from it. And it would have made a lovely photo, so there may be an exception to that. I think we come back this road a little way before we turn off to go to the coast to head back to Hobart. Likewise, this waterway, the river, we're still following down on our left hand side. Again, further back, a number of little boats, yachts and river boats moored up, which would have made a nice little photo. But more so, there was some grass vegetation in clumps growing in the water, but near the foreshore, which I think would have made a nice photo shoot as well. So yeah, unfortunately that's the issue with riding with a group or with other people. You're a bit obliged to keep following the pack until you get to the next stop. And I mean, there's some lovely, I'm sure there's a photo shoot opportunity there with those boats and the bit of a reflection, sun in the background, fairly calm water. You can't make a nice photo, as I've said, if you can't make a nice photo with water or vegetation in the background, you might as well put your camera down. All it does is cement the idea that I'll have to return again, whether I come on my own. I'm more than happy to do so. The only caveat to that is if I was on my own, I'd probably tent, and it's probably not my third option. Not my preference, but cost wise it's just too much to book accommodation for one person. So I'll bring my tent and tent most nights with the occasional hot shower, or treat myself to a room when need be. Okay, this is the small town of Dover. There's a sign we just passed, which maybe turn on the camera. Welcome to Dover. Dover Senior High School. There we are, Dover. See on the nav man below that there's obviously some water around. Surprise, surprise, but yeah. So they've got a water view, some of them, in the right spot. And the police station. There's your post office, and there's your water. And there's your church with a graveyard. So Dover, quite spread out. Wouldn't say it's high density living. So I think that's Dover via the main street. Well, here we are driving down Hastings Cave Road. That's a bit of a hint to go and see the Hastings Caves. But as we're driving through, I'm looking at the density of this forest, how close those trees are and what the ground looks like underneath them. Both sides, just chock-a-block. I mean, it's a fairly solid forest, isn't it? Forest floor. I'm now thinking who and when and why would someone be walking through that type of countryside, that forest, over log and under dale, and then oops, I just bumped into a cave and discovered the caves. I mean, how do you discover these caves?
The wall up. So come back in a million years and they could be enough to put your feet in. But you've got to see another cool thing, because the line doesn't, go through it like it was up there. But if I keep my torch on it for a second, when I pull my torch away, the crystal should glow green for a fraction of a second.
How are we doing? I'm still puffing, so we've just done the caves. So I've got some still photos, too dark for the action camera. But fantastic, well worth it, a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I had done some caving many, I'd say a few more minis of that, years ago down Margaret River way in South in West Australia. But no, this is bigger and better, to be honest. How was it found? Well, they actually were apart from the Aboriginals, although there's no evidence of them living in this cave here, but where they were aware of them. There's a lot more caves in the area, and some do have evidence of habitation. But no, it was tree loggers. I'm trying to find a decent tree, but they were cutting down the stringy bark trees. Some will have about a 6 foot or 2 metre diameter trunk, and one, as it went over, one of the branches fell down the whole of the cave, and that's how they literally found the cave in the early 1900s. And then it was sort of open and used up till about 1938 or 39, I think, just before the war. For unofficially, whoever wanted to go in and out could. But in I think it was 38, the government took it over as a going concern and made it a tourist attraction. As such, they've eventually put in steps and stairs and some lighting, etc., which is all quite nice, actually. But yeah, no, very impressive. $20 entry fee I thought was quite reasonable, so enjoyed it. And this is a footpath, about a 200 metre walk to the car park, but just some beautiful forest, little running stream. And out to the car park. All the very best. See ya. Here we are. We've just had a bit of lunch at the Southport Hotel. We proudly say they're the southernmost hotel and pub in Tasmania. After having had a look at the caves earlier. Very nice. So we're coming to Southport itself, the town of. A nice little, small little town. Lovely view though, the bay. And we're in Southport, the town of. Accommodation there. Couldn't ask for a better view of the beach. And on the wrong side of the road we've got these houses. Still not a bad view if you get past these rooftops. And a little island. Always like islands. Something to focus on and sail to, or sail around. Actually the water colour is fantastic. Well, I think that's Southport. I suppose we should see what's around this next bend before we go. Just go on and on forever from the look of it. Alright, where do we go? Down to Southport, saw the caves, back to Huonville for another coffee. Saw a bit of a fire near Signet. And here we are coming back into Hobart. And I think if we can, we're going to pop up to Mount Wellington for a quick view, and then back to the caravan park for Din Din. How we doing? We're Mount Wellington, top of the mountain. Have a look, see. Hopefully it'll come up for you. If you can see the little tall building, Rest Point Casino. Come on a bit further, you've got the harbour. That's the end of the Sydney to Hobart race. Hobart CBD for the sake of it. And just off to the left, and across the river off to the Devenport Bridge, the Devenport River, and then the remaining bit of Hobart and up the Devenport. I don't think this camera's going to do it justice, and there's unfortunately a bit of a haze now. 5 o'clock, 5:30 at night. But yeah, here we are. And I'll send some photos, attach some photos, so that'll be a little bit better for us. We made it to Mount Wellington. Okay, we've done the top of Mount Wellington. Unfortunately, a bit of clouds coming through, but it seems to disappear as quick as it comes. Well, thanks for travelling with me today. We're going to call it quits and go back to our accommodation in Hobart. This morning we started off at Richmond and saw Tasmania's oldest bridge, and then we popped into the Salamanca Markets before continuing on down to Southport through the Huon Valley and a few of the Dover, a few of the other little towns. We saw the fire in Signet and the helicopter. Finishing off here at Mount Wellington. Great view. The cloud came through and got a bit hazy, but that's what we've got, unfortunately. If you've travelled with me, fantastic. We've got a bit more to go. We've got Bruny Island and the Gordon River Dam, Queenstown, Strahan. So a bit more to see yet through Tassie. If you enjoyed what you see, subscribe and you'll be notified for the next one. All the very best. Thank you. Thanks for travelling with me. I do appreciate it. Bye.